Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee, where I am sitting here drinking my coffee as per usual. Now, if you feel as though you've seen me wear the sweatshirt for a minute, that's because I was recording like 2 or 3 videos today in order to try to get some content for you. And plus I had written down, I had made a whole bunch of notes regarding different things I wanted to talk to you guys about. And so I sat here, I already filled up my coffee cup like twice. Look, I even got a little sign coffee. I don't have the hope yet, but I love the little heart. So I want to thank Hobby Lobby for at least having that for me to purchase. No, I bought it. Everything pretty much over here was either purchased or bought for me, or like this came from my mom, and then I bought this from like Barnes and Noble. Oh, and this, my friend Shelby painted. It is the prettiest watercolor mermaid I have ever seen. I have a second one somewhere I need to find because I want to also display it as well. But today's episode is actually about books, because I have been so incredibly overwhelmed with reading that I have not gotten to talk to you guys about all the amazing books that I've been diving through for the past little while. Now, in December, my co-hosts, Annalicia and Hannah, they took a little bit of a break from the podcast, Books Are Magical, which is the podcast that I have with my two of my very best friends. They are absolutely phenomenal. And we also have just great varying perspectives on books. Well, so for the month of December, I kind of corralled a couple of co-hosts. I got a friend from California, a friend from Chicago, I got a therapist, and I've got another friend who's a pre-med student. I haven't yet recorded an episode with him yet, but the book has been read. And did a couple of episodes with guest co-hosts to just, have some content to continue the conversation about books. And overall, it was a pretty busy month because not only was I recording the episodes, I was then reading all the books for those episodes. I then was editing those episodes, and I was asking my friend Hannah, she's so good with it. She knows how to get them all uploaded the way they need to be uploaded. And I need to be a better student and learn how to do that part as well. But this episode is about books, and specifically the books for January of 2024 that either I'm doing for the podcast or I'm doing for myself. And I have actually started a notebook where I thought I didn't bring it in here, but that's okay. I do instead have my spreadsheet, because I'm the type of person who, if I don't write it down, at least in some way, I will probably let something fall through the cracks. And I'm just looking at my list, and I have 8 books on this list, and that's just between my personal NetGalley and the book podcast NetGalley accounts. And so if you don't know what NetGalley is, I've mentioned it a few times on here, but it is a website that you can go online and you can make an account and sign up to receive advanced reader copies in exchange for honest reviews. And me and my co-hosts, we love being a part of this community because not only do we get to read some books by authors that we love, authors that we don't know yet but have grow to love their works, we also get to review these books and sometimes even get to do podcast episodes on them. A lot of times maybe I shouldn't say a lot of times, but there have been several instances we've gotten to interview some of these authors, and it's just been a fantastic experience. So we are rolling into a new year. We are creating new content, and so I think there are at least 4 books on this list that are podcast related, and a few of them I am working on right now. So let's just dive in, shall we? So one is called The Djinn Waits 100 Years. And when I was looking at the reviews for it, now the girls know that I love anything that's gothic, mysterious, ghosts and djinns, a little supernatural. This book is beautifully written. The prose are so lovely. It's emotional, and it is gothic, but not in a horrific way. I would not say gruesome. And highly recommend. It is a wonderful book. The Heiress is the next book on my list, and that is by an author named Rachel Hawkins. And if I remember the name of the one who wrote the Djinn Waits 100 Years, I will share that with you, but as of right now, I did not put that on my spreadsheet, and I probably should have. But The Heiress is another work by Rachel Hawkins, and we had done The Villa last year. The Heiress is about a family called the McTavish family who... the heiress, Ruby, she, I guess through the novel, you're reading letters that Ruby's written to an unknown receiver. You don't know who is receiving these letters, but you're also kind of getting a more kind of current view in today's time of Ruby's adopted son, Camden, needing to go back to the family estate. He is the sole kind of inheritor of this estate, even though his cousins still live. His cousins and I think it's his aunt, still live at the house. And they, of course, don't see him as part of the family he's adopted. Why does he get all of this? But he tries in good faith, but he doesn't want a lot to do with it. And there is a lot of there is murder, but there's intrigue, there is suspense, and there's a lot of manipulation going on. So it's a really good book. Had a lot of fun with it. One of the other ones I'm currently working on is The Longest Autumn. I have that in an audiobook from NetGalley, so I want to thank them for that. And so far, it is going very well. I do like how the narrator is narrating it to me. So I can't wait to see how that one plays out. Right now, it's beautifully written. So hopefully, I'm really hoping that the story does not... So I don't mind romance, but I do also get a little inundated with too much romance. I need a little bit more action and a self-reliance when it comes to stories sometimes. So I guess we'll see how it goes. The next one is one I haven't yet picked up yet, and it's called The Clinic. So very looking forward to that because it sounds very mysterious, thriller, possibly spooky. I don't know if it's going to have supernatural elements or if it may be any paranormal, but again, all the elements that I love, and just the title alone captures me. We have another one that sounds like a mystery thriller called No One Can Know. And again, I'm working on that one. I'll actually start that this weekend. Now, I have to pace myself because I think I'm currently in 2 different audiobooks. One on my phone, one on my tablet. And then I have a physical book as well for a different book. So I'm hoping I can get all 3 of these done. So by this weekend, I can transition to a couple new ones. And then the final book on my January list, at least on my spreadsheet, is called The City of Stardust. Now, I know I had forgotten one that and The City of Stardust, I wish I could tell you about. I love the title, so I actually don't know what it's about yet, other than I love the title, and the cover was gorgeous, so I am super excited to read it. But the one that I'm actually listening to on my tablet is called Mislaid in Parts Half Known by, I guess it's Shannon McGuire, but looks super cool. And I am about 30% of the way through it. I'm a little confused, but honestly, I'm loving how it's got some supernatural paranormal going on with it. And there is a house that takes in misfit children who have kind of been lost and find their way back to the earthly plane, I guess you could say. And I'm really excited to see how the rest of it plays out. And finally, the physical book that I'm reading is, I think it's called A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I think I'm about about 15% of the way through it. I'm really loving it because I love Naomi Novik. She did Spinning Silver, she did Uprooted, and she just has a really fantastic way with words. So this is my first experience with this particular Scholarmancy series. Sounds like it's kind of an evil Hogwarts, kind of. Maybe it's not evil Hogwarts, but there's a lot more ne'er-do-wells and monsters lurking about than maybe Hogwarts. So there is a magical school, there are magical kids working with spells and artifacts and things of that nature. And so if you're interested in those sorts of things, please let me know, because these are all the books that I am currently into that I have on my list or have them lined up, ready to go. I love reading. I love books. And this is one of the reasons I'm so busy. This is why I hardly ever turn on my TV, is because books fascinate me. Authors and their words fascinate me. And I am usually absolutely captivated every single time. But until next time, I will see you all on the next page. Have a great one. Bye.